My friend, welcome to the world's best kept secret podcast, a podcast that brings you exclusive interviews from experts all over the world with life-changing work that you didn't even know existed. I'm your host, Prima Jobs, a partner for those that are ready to take their life-changing work in front of those whose life or business depends on it. Please follow or subscribe for more. Welcome to today's episode, my latest. Welcome to this platform. You're not here by mistake. I'm sure you're here because you are meant to get today's message. If you haven't already, please subscribe so that you get future episodes. I created this podcast for you who knows that building a business is not about just strategy. For you that knows that building a business is everything, you, the person, and the business you get to build. I believe there are three things that are important in business, and that is the results that you have to your name. That is the relationships that you get to build with the people, and that is the person that you become. But there's one thing that people never talk about, and that is the person behind the scenes. The person that you are, the person that battles with anxiety, the person that battles with burnout, the person that battles with putting on 1,000 hats. I know that there's a real human being behind the scenes, and some of the things we talk about are specifically designed to help you cope. The business can grow all at once, but if the person breaks down, it goes with them. And so I am very keen when I bring on guests because I know that you need everything as a human. Today's guest is someone that is going to be a surprise for you. I know you will love her. My guest for today is going to speak to an area that is very dear to my heart. And that area is love. And it is not the love you have for another person. It is not the love you have for your spouse, even though that's part of it. It is the love you have for yourself. It is the relationship with yourself. It is the ability to choose yourself first. I love this guest because her work is exactly what people need. The confidence to believe that you're enough, that you have the answers, that you are anointed to change the world. That's the confidence that is rare, that inner conviction that you can do this, that inner conviction that when things go wrong, it's nothing to do with you. That inner conviction that you can really build a life of. I want to bring up my speaker for today, and whatever she says that you like, I want to hear that in the comment section. Whatever questions you have for her, I want to hear that in the comment section. Because I feel like she's the kind of person I'll be bringing back in the near future. So whatever you want to ask her, whatever comes up for you, drop it in the comment section and I will look at it and really bring her back if that's what you want. Without further ado, I want to bring to this podcast the speaker for the day. Welcome, Jennifer. Jennifer, welcome to this podcast. I'm honored to have you as my guest today.
Thank you so much, Prima. That was beautiful. Like your opening touched my heart. Just the words you spoke. Beautiful.
Thank you. I don't know, but I am not the expert bio type of person, and I struggle with expert bios, but I see the person and I see what they do. And I don't know that there's a better way to introduce someone other than make people understand exactly what they do in a way that is easy to understand. And so someone can go, that's the type of person I want to hear from. And so I'm really excited to have you today. And just for the expert bio in the courts, Jennifer left her top sales career in the medical field and felt called to serve. And so she left that because she wanted to follow her heart and make a bigger impact. That is how she left corporate life, and that is how she started her own business. She has an interesting story that I think you should hear from her. But today she's a speaker, she's an author, and she's a coach. She's written a book called Reclaim Your Heart, which I hope that she would tell us about, because I think it's a very, very beautiful book. When I listen to her clients, they call her a channel. If you understand that language, you do. And if you don't, no problem. They call her a healer, and they call her the queen of manifestation. Now, please don't ask me about those three things because I have no idea, but the expert is here and she will take us there and she will tell us how those things happen. Jennifer, why don't we start from your story? Like, how did we get here?
Yes. So going back a decade ago, I was in an emotionally abusive, narcissistic relationship. And I didn't even know what narcissism was yet. I just knew the relationship was unhealthy. It just didn't feel right. But I didn't know how to create a life for myself. That wasn't something I wanted to understand or figure out yet. So I just wanted to be part of somebody else's life, part of somebody else's world. And then I thought the rest would come. So I was blessed to get out of this relationship. I had some big wake up calls. So basically, I have a little dog, and Chloe got attacked by a Rottweiler. She got ripped out of my arms. It was a really traumatic experience. My boyfriend at the time, and she's a little 6-pound dog. My boyfriend at the time had picked up his dog and turned his back. So I was fending for myself. And this was the gift. As hard as it was to see, this is what allowed me to realize his true colors. Once I saw my poor little dog, and after it happened, he picked her up and he yelled at me. He blamed me, screaming that I wasn't holding her, that it was all my fault. And the spectators were watching and they said, no, she was holding the little dog. Well, she fortunately healed, dangling foot and all. We had pins in her foot for 3 months. And everything was about Chloe. It was about Chloe going to the vet, Chloe's medicine, like what time. And I saw he was jealous of my little dog. And I went into parent mode, mama bear mode with my little dog. And I just realized that, I can't live with somebody this way. So when it came down to getting married, I couldn't do it. It just turned out to be, I saw like having children with this man, what my life would look like. It's controlling and condescending, and I deserve better. So when he said, let's give your dog to your parents now that she's finally healed. And I thought, you want to give my baby away? Like, this is my little dog. And I realized, like, I'm going to give you away instead. Like, I was like, I don't want to be with you. And I walked. And I was done. He kept pursuing, but I knew better. And that was the moment that I chose me. That was the moment that I said, like, I deserve more. And I'm going to take the steps to do just that, to have just that. I was living with him in San Francisco at the time, and I moved a couple hours back to Sacramento. I had sold my condo when I had moved in with him, but now I got a townhouse and I was moving forward with my life. Right away, I felt free. I started to build a life for me, joining groups, making all these amazing new friends. And this was my time to shine. That was an incredible moment. And at the same time, I had a coach come into my life. And I knew I was supposed to work with her. I met her at a friend's party. And the first day we worked together, she said, you chose this relationship you have to hold yourself accountable. You are not the victim here, and you have self-esteem issues. And I thought, well, kick me when I'm down. Really? I just get out of this unhealthy relationship and I want support. And this is what I'm hearing. And during all of this, I realize you take a few breaths and I realize I'm ready to hear it. I am so done being the victim. And it is time for me to do whatever it takes to change my life. And then I need support in order to do that. So I walked forward with her, and she taught me how to love my inner child. She taught me that I was worthy and showed me and introduced me to the world of Brene Brown, the gift of imperfection. Learning how to be vulnerable is what was going to, as I would say that, and open my heart, help me connect with myself. And that's what I did. And when I healed that inner child, I started to love myself. I was picked on as a kid by the girls at school. I never felt like I belonged or fit in. And I took that with me all those years. And it was a challenge. But all in this moment, I stopped blaming that little girl. I hated her within me. I just wanted her to, just, she was always worried about everything. She just didn't feel loved. And it also came from growing up. My mom didn't say, I love you. She loved me with acts of service, but she didn't say the words, and I needed the words. So I didn't understand as a child. And I spent a long time trying to find that love in others.
Let's catch up there. That was a little bit
Yeah.
a lot for me to even digest. So
Yeah.
you're in this marriage, you're in this relationship,
Mhm.
and then you realize this is not healthy. I don't think I want
Yeah.
to do this. And then you leave the relationship. First, take us there. Like, how did you pick up the courage? What had to happen for you to go, this is it, I'm done, I'm out? What had to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us what happened there, like how you got the courage to walk away, because that's hard for most people.
Yeah. With my little dog, she was my baby. And him wanting to give her away was a big turning point for me. The other was I had a close friend tell me, oh, that one day you're going to wake up and you're going to hate your life so much that she actually said, you're going to want to blow your pretty little brains out. And I cried and I said, I can't live like this anymore. And I just got the courage to walk away with those two things that happened. Those were my big wake up calls.
So now you're in a place where I think I read the post of yours, you're people pleasing, you feel an emptiness, you don't feel worthy, you feel like you're walking around with a mask, you want to be validated. I think in one of your posts you said, I was a yes girl. And all these things, you feel you don't have self-worth. And there's all these things going on for you. But the part that I want to really to get is like, when did you decide enough was enough and you needed help? Because there's a lot of people who feel like that, and they probably think life happened to me, or they think something is wrong with me, or they think otherwise. Like, when did you decide you deserved more? Because that's also another level of awareness that most people don't have. When did you decide, all right, I deserve more. I am taking the step for myself. I want to get better. Tell us about that.
Yes. So this coach came into my life. I met her at a party and I wasn't looking for her. And she was a love relationship coach. But on some level, I knew I was supposed to work with her. And I started doing the work on the outside before the inside. I had moved back to Sacramento. I was building a life, making close friends, doing all these things, doing what made me happy, buying clothes, wearing makeup that I liked, doing things that my ex wouldn't have liked, and just finding who I was, just in the freedom of that. And within that, once I started building up the outer, I said, okay, it's time to work on the inner. And that was when this coach came in, and that's when I was doing the work. I just knew enough was enough, and that I didn't want to go down that road again. I didn't want to be the victim. And I knew on some level, even back then, I was worthy of more. And that there's this bigger calling for my life. I didn't understand it.
So now I'm thinking through this, and I'm thinking about a post you did about the lack mindset. And I'm just wondering, where did that come from? I'm now listening to you and I'm like, okay, so she had it all, and now she decided she wanted to get help. But then I remember something which you wrote about the lack mindset. Do you think it's a good time to talk about that? Like, what does that mean? And how do I know I have the lack mindset?
Yes. So a lack mindset is life happens to me. A gratitude mindset is life happens for me. And I was very much in the life happens to me for a long time. And I started to turn that around when I was doing the inner work. And when you focus on what's missing, so that right relationship, getting married, oh, everyone else has some this and I don't, these kind of things. Or I want that promotion, but someone else got it. Or you're just focusing, or I never get what I want. I can't have what I want. Things like that just don't happen for me. That's a lack mindset. Or even say you're looking for love and you see happy couples everywhere and you feel like it's a slap in the face. Like, but I want that. Why are you showing me that? And in fact, Gabby Bernstein would call it driftwood. It's showing you how close it is. It's preparing you for all of that it's going to be yours. You just have to believe that you're worthy of it. You can have it.
So how do I flip the coin from I don't have a good marriage, or I don't have a good health, or I don't have a good business, or I don't have amazing kids, whatever the lack is, to this is what I choose to believe? Like, how do we flip that switch?
Yes. Focusing on gratitude is one way. Really focusing on every day, that was one way I flipped the switch, is I began to focus on what am I grateful for? Like every day, just waking up and being grateful, setting the intention that today is going to be an amazing day and I'm so grateful, and just getting excited about the possibility of what experiences are going to enter my life in that given day, starting to have fun with life, starting to love life instead of fearing what's going to happen to me. It's this shift, and it comes back to love. The more you grow your self-love, the more you feel gratitude, the more you feel at peace, the more joy. Everything ties back to love.
How do I know that I'm listening to you and going, yeah, self-love. And maybe at one point in my life, I would have said, what is that? How do I know if I have self-love or if I don't have it? How do I know how I feel on the inside? How do I know if my behavior is coming from a point of not feeling worthy? How do I know that the relationship between me and myself is broken? Because that can show in different ways. But how does someone self-assess and go, maybe I have connection issues with myself?
Yeah, these are wonderful questions. I'm glad that you're bringing them up. You are searching for something outside of you to
Mm,
fill yourself. You are searching for validation, approval. You go to others to ask, what should I do? You
mm,
give your power away. And when you are going to others, because you're not going within yourself, you're not trusting yourself to make the decisions, to walk forward, to have faith in what you're here to do. And it's that the insecurities, feeling unsure, uncertain, struggling to self soothe yourself, wanting to always call somebody up, always wanting to be out, struggling to spend time by yourself. If you're always watching, binge watching Netflix, movies, escapism all the time, and you struggle to sit in stillness, anytime you have music on all the time, you have noise in the background, the TV is on, you have trouble being in peace out in nature without thoughts racing through your head. You go to sleep and your thoughts just go round and round and round. You're always focused on what's next. What can I do better? Striving. Those are the things that really show being able to develop a healthier relationship with yourself and looking at it's great to want and desire things, but it's about feeling happy in the now moment, feeling joyful, connecting with who you are and being grateful for where you're at today.
like that. You can't stay by yourself. You have issues being by yourself. You have issues staying still. If you have issues staying in a place without like noise, she gave you like a list. I felt like each one was hitting. Like, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? What I see, like in all, you're always looking for external fulfillment. You're always looking for something on the outside to make you feel better. You're always looking for the next goal to make you feel accomplished. You're always looking for the next validation to feel like you matter. You're always looking for something outside of yourself. I like it. That is how you know you have relationship issues, and these relationship issues are with you, not with another human being. I love it. Now, show I'm in a place. You guys, I take you to this point because I want you to kind of understand how this can impact your ability to build a business. So if you're always looking for validation outside, a lot of business mishaps will be harder for you. When clients quit, that will be something that makes you think maybe you're not unworthy. When something bad in the business happens, you will feel like there's something bigger than it is because maybe you are building the business because you're looking for validation. And so this conversation is very important because in the end of it all, you get to build the business. And so if you're broken, if you're not in the right place, the business will only be a reflection of who you are. And so I love having this conversation with Jennifer because it starts with you. Life is happening to me, just like she said. Then just know there's a path out of that. Because if life happens to you and everything is happening to you and you're a culprit of life, it really will like not how empower you well to build your business. And so that is why I like this conversation. This is not business strategy, but this is the human being behind the wheels, which is what the business is made from. Jennifer, assume now I am in that place where I'm now beginning to realize I don't have a good relationship with myself. I'm beginning to realize I don't prioritize myself. I'm beginning to realize I'm always a yes girl, or I'm always people pleasing, and I'm always scared of, disappointing other people. Everything I do or have is externally built. I don't have an internal relationship with myself. And I were to just say, all right now, I want to start creating the life of my dreams. I want to start creating life on my terms. What should I do? If I was ready to take that route and say, you know what, Jennifer, I think I want that, because I think my problem has been external validation all of the time, and not trusting myself and not trusting my intuition and all of those things. And I'm ready to flip the coin and change my life. What should I do?
Yes. So give yourself so much grace, kindness, and compassion. That is going to be key. And it's about shifting your beliefs so that you feel like you're more than enough, so that you get to be worthy of what you want. And it starts with the little things like celebrating your wins every day. Focus on, and celebrating your wins can be really small. It can be like, yay, I went out and I went to a new coffee shop. Like I'm trying something new. I'm getting out of my routine and autopilot and all of that. Or like, yay, I got a new client, or my client had this breakthrough today, or I had this breakthrough today. There's lots of little things. Even like I went and sat out in nature for, a half hour and just felt the sun on my face. Anything can be celebrating a win. Speaking kindly to yourself, giving yourself that love and compassion, being able to list out what you like about yourself. It can be physical qualities, it can be internal qualities. Just starting to develop that relationship with you is huge. And choosing again with your thoughts, looking at what keeps coming up over and over again that's on replay in your head, and being able to acknowledge that, thank that thought, and be able to replace it with something better. You can replace with a new thought and move in that direction that's closer to what you want. Those are some of the things I did to make those changes. And being able to take the mask off, being transparent, being vulnerable, being able to share who you are without worrying about what others think, without needing that external approval.
Okay, so what you'll do going forward is, when you're done, I need to kind of know that you're done. So you could probably say, that's all I have to say about that. I think that's how I would do it. Like, I need to kind of get a farm from your side to go, that's the answer I have right now. Because when you're still talking, I can't cut you because I have to get the entire thought. So when you're done with your thought, you can just say, that's all I have about that. Or I think that's what I would give for that. That way, it just allows me to come in and not chop you off. I will record this. I will cut this out. But I just wanted you to know that I'm there, but I'm thinking she's still building. She's still building. And sometimes I feel like you're going, yeah, like I'm done, if it makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. I know I paused for a while in the first part, giving you time to speak, but you were still processing what I was saying too, because there was so much in the beginning. So I understand. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure if you were done or if you were still trying to recollect, because it's okay if you recollect, because I can always put it together again in the back end. So if we have these gaps, don't worry about it, because I'm going to cut it and put it together. So I love this. Looks like I have like a checklist of things to begin doing right now, which I really feel is very helpful. But is there like something I can think about? Like, these are the 3 main things that I need you to start doing today to change your life. The person listening thinks in terms of like a framework or something like that. And I'm just wondering, what are the 3 main important ways I can begin to feel better? Because I have a list right now: compassion, shift what you think about things when they happen, celebrate your wins no matter how small they are, Speak kindly to yourself, which is harder than anyone thinks. Choose your thoughts. Take the step, like that step one, where that's getting mentorship or finding someone to help you. Take that step. Take the mask off. I'm just wondering, is there like a framework or like 3, 4 things that are like, if you forget everything I told you, I want you to focus on this, and this. Is there anything like that you'd like to share with them?
Yes, I can do a top 3. One, yes, ask for support. Work with a coach or mentor so that you can get that help taking those steps, having your hand held, understanding how to move forward. We're not meant to do it all alone. That's a big lesson that I've learned with everything. 2, the celebrating your wins, the whole point of celebrating your wins, as small as they are, it gets you into the habit of winning. You see yourself as a winner. You see yourself as more successful. You see yourself as things come together for you. And 3 would be keep your promises to yourself. If you say, I'm going to the gym twice this week, go to the gym twice this week. The reason is this is how you get to see things come together for you because you believe, okay, you're proving to yourself, I go to the gym twice a week. Just like you prove to yourself, I get amazing clients. I have clients coming in all the time. You believe you're going to go to the gym twice a week because you kept that promise to yourself. Now you believe you're getting more clients because you're keeping these promises to yourself. You're showing up, you're doing the work, you're taking actions. And when you focus on self-care and self-love, you're coming from that space. And that is how you're going to attract so much more in all areas of your life.
I like it. You talked about something to do with the take off the mask. I would love to dive in a little bit about that. How do people do that? How do I not have a mask and how do I take it off?
Yes, this is something that I didn't know how to do for a long time in my life. I thought, well, you only share pieces of yourself, right? Like you don't really show all of yourself until you feel safe to do so. It's about feeling secure with who you are, who you're becoming, so that you can be you and not put on a show for anybody. An example I give is back in 2021, I was in a relationship and my boyfriend was pulling back in the relationship. It was holiday time. He was starting to panic. Had been divorced a couple of times with kids. And he was like, I don't know, I'm getting this right. I can't fail at this a third time. And so he got in his head with everything. And I was working with a relationship coach at the time. And he told me, I need you to lean in. And I thought, what? You want me to lean in? You want me to go more in and share more of who I am when he's starting to like pull back? But it wasn't about the relationship. It wasn't about him. It was about me. It was about me trusting and feeling safe in who I was. I started sharing things in my life with him that it was hard for me to just open up and share it. And then my heart expanded and grew more and more and more because I was transparent, vulnerable, because I wish, and that's what I have to say with regarding that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, it's not always easy, but I think that trying to take off that mask and just being who you are and letting those who want that come through is very, very, very powerful. But I don't think it's as easy as we say it here. I think it will really be harder for people. That is why people will need to take a step and get supported, because this is the type of work that Jennifer does. Jennifer now works with women who feel like they're just living another person's life, who are too scared to live their own life, who are not choosing themselves, who are just on the sidelines, as if they're a passenger in their own life. The work she does is I hold your hand and help you become the driver in your own journey, help you write the journey of your life, as opposed to just be someone on the sidelines. Like literally the work Jennifer does helps you become the main actor of your own movie. Some people are just walking around and it's like they're a movie, like they're in part of their own movie. They just sat in the studio and watching their own movie. And the work she does, I feel, helps you get up and become the actual main actor of that movie. And so I love this work. I'm going to take you to another part of the interview where I do rapid fire, random questions from all over the place. And the first question would be like, what's the one thing you wish you knew before all this, before being in that relationship, before starting this work you do now? What's the one thing you wish you knew?
How important it was to have a relationship with myself, to love myself.
Relationship with yourself. I love it.
Thanks.
What's the question I should have asked you that you feel people should have benefited from, but I did not ask it?
Being a workaholic, putting everything you have into others is something that keeps you from connecting with yourself, keeps you from moving forward and building a life that you love, that brings you fulfillment and joy. Something that I did for a long time in corporate is it felt good to be relied upon. It felt good for people to say, congratulations, being a top performer. But I wasn't connecting with who I was. I wasn't building that relationship with myself. It was always about others. And I'm so fortunate that I got out of that and that I realized that I was worthy of more and that I'm meant to help so many women do the same so that they can build a life that they truly love. You don't have to be that yes woman, that yes girl. There's so much more for you. That's what I have to say about that.
I love it. If today was your last day and you had a minute to be alive and the book had gone, everything you'd written had gone, and you were to tell the person listening what you believe to be true about the work you do, what do you believe to be true about living a life on your terms, what would you say to them? If they would never see you again, they never had a chance to see your book, they never had a chance to be in your one-on-one program, they'll never see you again. Maybe it's your daughter, someone who is very dear to you, and they're like, how can I have a life on my terms? And you will speak for a minute, and after that, I'll never see you again. What would you tell them?
You were born out of love, and love is your birthright. Coming home to who you truly are is such a gift. Being able to connect, expand your heart, meet your soul, meet the woman who you are deep inside, underneath all that conditioning and old beliefs, outdated stories. You can be anyone you want to be. You can do anything. You are capable of it all. All it takes is believing in yourself, realizing you're worthy of your dreams. You're made for more. And all you have to do is take that first step. I'm here to hold your hand and guide you to be all you're meant to be. So you wake up with joy and fulfillment every day.
I love it.
Thank you.
You said something that jumped out for me, and that is you're worthy of more.
Yeah.
You're worthy of more, and you deserve that life of fulfillment. You deserve to wake up every day to a holiday life. A life where you do what you want, with who you want, how you want. A life where you chase your dreams. A life without limitations. You're worthy of that. I love that message. I love that message. Tell me about your thought process in writing the book. I know you're an author and I love authors. I would never not talk about the book you've written. Tell me about Reclaim Your Heart and your thought process in writing that book and what you wish the reader would pick off that, because I want people to go look up this book after we're done here.
Yes. So reclaim your heart power, how to heal your heart and find personal power after narcissistic abuse. Narcissistic abuse is all over. It can be in romantic relationships. It could be in parent-child relationships over the years. It can be in corporate America, in a lot of leadership. This is only a small piece of the book. It ties to my story. Overall book is teaching you, showing you how to love yourself. This is a journey that you get to go on beside me with reflection, questions, and actions for you to take in each chapter. And this is going to help you have a roadmap to grow your self-love. We talk about the 5 pillars of love in here. Being able to connect with yourself, understand authenticity. I have a program that's tied to this. I have a number of programs, groups, one-on-ones, but I did design one specifically that goes with the book, chapter by chapter, week by week. And yeah, once you go within and you really feel into your heart, getting out of your head, that's where you realize the true power that lies within. That's where all the answers are. Everything you seek, being able to listen and follow your intuition, knowing you're making the right decisions that are aligned for you every day, having that peace of mind. That's what I have to say about the book.
I love it. How can people get it? Where's the book? How do I order it if I'm looking to get
It's on Amazon and it's paperback and it's Kindle formats.
Okay. Wherever you order books, I'm sure that they can somehow avail the book or order it in for you. I think it's an amazing book for people who are looking to start to do that inner work. I'll ask you a personal question though. What's the hardest part of doing this work? What's the hardest part of doing this work? Is inner healing work, is helping people look on the inside, this helping people become vulnerable, helping people rewire their mind. What's the hardest part of this work that you do?
Yeah, it's so incredibly rewarding. And the hardest part is helping people really see their true worth and holding their hand, being able to help them see that they can make these changes, that they are worthy of taking these steps, helping them see that everything's tied together. So you are being called to be more abundant, to grow your business, to do these huge things, and having to step into that, help them see that they're here to do that. And it all comes back to how much you love yourself. Love is in different pieces. Getting them to see that it's so important to be open to receiving love and support. So many women want to do it on their own. That's why they sit on the sidelines. That's why they think, well, if I don't do it on my own, I'm not strong enough. Like I have to earn this. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to prove yourself. This is an old belief. This is something that I help you rewire so that you feel worthy to be abundant in every way, to have the dream clients, to have the success, and that you're worthy, most importantly, of your own love. which is going to make everything better in your life, all of your relationships, all of it, your business. It just all gets to be that much better when you love yourself. The rest of life flows.
Mm.
That's what I have to say.
I love it. I love it. I know you're on LinkedIn, I know you're on Facebook, but what's the best way for someone to jump into your work and begin to connect with you? If they were listening in and going, I'm really very curious. You described me. I am living a life I don't want. I want to own my life and start living the life of my dreams. I'm looking for even step one. I'm not fully aware, or I'm aware, or I am aware before your one-on-one, but I kind of want to start knowing this work. What is the step one of connecting with you? Where should they find you?
Yes. So I can set up a complimentary call with me. So that's something you can do. And I can send you that. But it's jenniferlicciardi.com/win is my calendar link. It can be emailed at jenniferlicciardi.com or going into Messenger or on Facebook on my profile. I also have a Facebook group called the Love Infusion where you can grow your self-love and your worthiness. Being around other women that are there to uplift you and each other.
I think I love this. She has a Facebook community of other women that are trying to get on the same journey. I personally think that's the best way to move forward. The Love Infusion Facebook community. There will be links to everything that she's mentioned in the show notes. So be sure to get in there and be sure to browse based on where you're at. You can connect with her on Facebook. Same name, Jennifer, Licciardi. You can connect with her on LinkedIn. Same name, Jennifer. Just as I said it before, you can go on her website. Everything will be in the show notes. And if you are ready to start navigating this work, then you can see where you want to start from. Do you want to be on the list? Do you want to be in the group? Do you want to tag on the Facebook? Do you want to be on the sidelines watching her do her thing until you're ready? Wherever you can go to start, you can pick up her book and as well start there. Everything will be in the show notes. Be sure to check that out. And my final question for you, Jennifer, is do you have any final words for the type of person that is still not sure if they should do this work? They're still not sure if they should take this step. Maybe they've been through a divorce. Maybe they've been through an abusive relationship. What are your last words for this person? If they are going, yeah, you say that, maybe you're lucky. I'm not as lucky. What are your last words for these people? Because I want them to be lifted up and I want them to know that it's never too late to take the step towards a better life, towards what you want. And you deserve it. You know, there is no reason you shouldn't have this life. But sometimes they need another person to encourage them. And sometimes on the outside, they may look as successful, they may look like they are running a business, but really deep down, they are battling. Maybe the marriage, especially marriage, knows how to break business owners. You see these women, they have kids, they are the business, they are going strong, but deep on the inside, they feel empty because the love is not adding up. And sometimes it's not even the love from the partner, it's like the love they have within themselves, which I feel like is your thing or the thing you really have a grip on. So, what is your last message to this woman who's listening and going, you don't really understand my situation? It's irreversible, whatever they might be thinking.
Yes. So I was at a women's conference recently, and a women speaker said that as women, we so often focus on the 1% that makes us different from others. as opposed to 99% that makes us the same. We are all so similar. And so many have battled similar experiences. But when each person owns it as a badge of honor, as something that they feel makes them who they are, it keeps you from moving forward. This is my story. It's not who I am today. It's my story. It's how I connect with people. I've come into who I am based on experiences. And it's about believing that no matter what you've been through, I've seen women who've been through some pretty horrific things and who are up there, have created businesses, have moved forward, are inspiring other women through their trauma, through their tragedies. It's just a matter of taking that step, one step, and that's reaching out, asking for support. If I hadn't have asked for support and been brave enough to take that step, not knowing what was going to happen all those years ago, I wouldn't be where I am today. If I wasn't brave enough to leave my corporate job just over a year ago, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. I would still be stuck in that traumatic, circle going round and round, never feeling like enough, being treated terribly. Same thing with that relationship. I mean, there's so many different things that can happen in your life and that you've been through. You are not your trauma. You are not what's happened to you. When you rise above it, that is when you will soar. That is what you're here for. That's what I have to say.
That is powerful. I really hope that this served you. We appreciate you for staying with us today, for hanging out today. Full disclaimer, whatever we share is our own lessons, our own things that we've gone through, how we've overcome them. Please don't take us to the feds if something doesn't work for you. We are genuinely sharing our life lessons, our struggles, and hoping that you on the other side get blessed, get served, get that courage to step up and take the next action. I really believe that as a business owner, your life will continue to either push you forward or drag you back. And I believe that life is a sum total of your decisions. And so Jennifer gave you a decision today, or a chance to make a decision today. And that is, you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve a happier life. You deserve a life of your terms. I don't know what your situation looks like. I don't know what you were hoping to get from this channel, but I hope that something served you. And if it did, please share and subscribe. There is someone who needs to hear this. There's somebody who needs to meet Jennifer in this world. There's someone on their knees praying for the thing that Jennifer does in her sleep to fix their situation. Think about somebody else who is walking around with a mask. Thinking of someone else who is into people pleasing. Think about someone who is living another person's life. Think about another woman out there who is in the passenger seat of their life, and give them that nudge. Send them this video. Let them dig in deep and follow Jennifer's work. I believe this channel will save lives, but it takes you and I to spread the message. And so I appreciate you for hanging out with us today. Jennifer, thank you so much for pouring into us and for being so generous with your lessons. I hope sincerely that this episode has served you, and I'll see you on the next one. That is it, my friend. To listen to more exclusive interviews like this one, simply go to the World's Best Kept Secret podcast.com and select interviews based on preferred topic.